Lao Xian unzipped the bag and saw that an AK-47 was exposed. Old Xian was shocked, hastily put the bag on his back, pulled on the hi-hi bye-bye, escorted the man quickly toward the house where we live. When hi-hi bye-bye and the others entered the courtyard, I, who had already heard the whistle, was already in ambush by the gate. When we got back to the house, we didn't expect the other guy to be cooperative with our interrogation.
I've come for my pork.
It turned out that he had shot the arrow in the pig, and when he was sure he was alone, he untied him and gave him a piece of meat, which the man gobbled up.
My name's Matt. I can tell by the way you're dressed. And the fact that you've got your family with you, I can tell you're not bad people. I haven't killed or robbed anyone. I've been living on my own in secret. I never thought I'd run into you guys. It's so chaotic out there.
His experience is similar to Xian's, but it's really not easy for a person to survive, too many wars and killings, but people are still kind. What's with the gun in your bag?
The guns are broken and can't be used. I went to the Public Security Bureau to look for some guns to use, but I only found some bullets from the storehouse. Bullets from the storage room, and I only found some bullets in the storehouse and picked up this 56-stroke gun in the yard.
When I opened the bag, the Type 56 submachine gun was really broken, and the receiver wouldn't pull, and to my surprise, there were some 54 and 64 bullets in the bag.
The 56 punch is broken. What are you carrying it for?
Keep it to scare people. I'm easy to attack alone.
Looking at 56, an idea popped into my head.
Can you give us your 56s and bullets?
It's okay. It's broken. It's broken too, plus I have a bow and arrow.
I asked Matt what his plans were for the future, that we could take him in, and he shook his head, saying that he was used to being alone, and that the other reason was that he wasn't sure of our abilities, and had seen too much carnage out there, and didn't want to see any more misfortunes happen to people he knew. But he said he wouldn't leave us too far, and that he could come back if there was a need or danger, so I agreed. In parting, I told him the general location of where we were going, gave him some more food, and then Matt parted ways with us. After Matt left, and it was almost dawn, I told everyone to pack up and get ready to go, took the 56 punch, and when I poked a through bar into the barrel and there were no bullets in it, I mentally understood a few things. I stood the 56 on the ground and smashed the trigger handle with the back of Old Hen's machete, and after a few smashes, the trigger handle popped to the back and could be moved. After the gun was loose, I used a screwdriver to part the magazine cover, and not surprisingly, there was so much residue from the firing charge in there that the receiver magazine and everything was rusted. No wonder Matt couldn't use it. I had my wife prepare some hot water to dissolve the soap in, and I used a small screwdriver myself to dig out the carbon buildup on the receiver, guide rod, and other parts of the gun. Once the soap solution is done, use a small brush with the soap solution to brush the gun clean. Wiped dry with a cloth, then oiled the gun with the spare oil from the bike, pulled the trigger, then fired the gun empty, click, the sound of the firing pin firing into the eardrums, the gun was repaired. While I was working on the gun, I had Old Hen and my son grind the slug and tip area of the 64 on a rock to expose a bit of the lead core. The reason for this is that the 64 rounds are too weak to deal with walkers, and the bare lead core rounds, also known as bombers, can increase the lethality of the 64. The bare lead core of the bullet, also known as a bomb, could increase the lethality of the 64. The gun has, I use 56 punch, Old Xian with 59, hi bye said his own musket power, plus he is accustomed to use, do not need to change. I gave the 64 to my son, for fear that my son is not accustomed to using the body of the gun with a small filed a curvature, lest it get in the way. We all organized our gear and supplies and quickly set off in the direction of my hometown. It was almost afternoon when we arrived. The village was deathly silent, and I watched from the high ground at the head of the village for a long time, not daring to enter the village. Luckily, the fortress is at the south end of the village, and Zhogwa doesn't have too many village houses, so I told Hai Bai and my son to stay behind to protect the others, and myself and Lao Xian touched toward the fortress. It's been a long time since I've been back to my hometown. The village has changed a lot, there are a lot of new houses, but the road is still the same. The road encountered 3 or 2 walkers. According to the prior agreement, I guard Lao Xian with a machete to solve them. When I found the fortress, the original gate was gone, and only a newly built earthen wall was connected to the outside, a sort of passageway. When I entered the cottage, the house and well were all there, nothing had changed and there were no people. After making sure it was safe, we immediately found people outside the village to transport back to the fortress along with the supplies, and then found tools to dig up the earth wall connecting the fortress together. To communicate with the outside world, we made a movable bridge out of wooden planks and put it over the earthen embankment on the opposite side when needed. When the work was done and it was dark, everyone made a shower, and used the well water for a good wash. Well water for a good wash. And took a bath to get rid of their fatigue. Remove all the fatigue. After a tiring day and a quick bite to eat, everyone got into their sleeping bags and drifted off to sleep. When I got up in the morning, I circled around the side of the cottage and carefully searched the outside of the cottage with my binoculars. Nothing but a very few scattered walkers. Looking at my friends and family who were preparing breakfast and organizing the yard of the house, I felt no sense of relief at all, now that there were 7 of us. Each person needs 1.5 pounds of food per day, 7 people is over 10 pounds, and with fuel, tools, etc., we bring less than what we need for a month. There is about an acre of cab land above the cottage, where some vegetables are grown, turnips, celery, cabbage, etc., and eating vegetables is not a problem at present. During breakfast, I talked to everyone about my idea and asked that a few people be left behind to guard the fortress while the others went into the village to look for food, which was unanimously agreed upon. After eating, I asked my son to stay behind and take care of the security of the fortress, so I went to the village with Hai Bai and Lao Xian to look for food. All rural homes have a lot of stored grain, wheat, corn, and soybeans, and we got a frame wagon, loaded it full, and replaced each other in pulling the wagon of grain to the cottage the side of the walled village. Son, they stretched over the ladder and we carried bags and bags of grain to the fort. This was repeated many times, filling one of the tiled houses almost to the brim, and everyone collapsed on the floor in exhaustion. The next day, everyone searched for fuel in the village again, and Hai Bai thought that coal was the best. Well, many homes in the countryside use coal for cooking, so everyone carried a lot more coal and firewood into the village. In the evening, the food was lo mein noodles, and as there was more food, everyone ate with great enjoying themselves. At night, although everyone was tired, we still had to line up for night duty, and in the latter half of the night it was my turn to lie quietly by the wall of the fortress, looking at the sky and feeling the silence around me. Tired of lying down, he rolled over onto his back, and suddenly, noticed a small, faintly bright light in the darkness at the east end of the village. I was so shocked that I hurriedly called Hai Bai up, took out the binoculars, and watched the bright light together. The light was dim, but it was vaguely certain that the light was peeking out of the window of a house on the east side of the village. The light was weak, the window was blocked on the inside, and the light was coming from the cracks of curtains and such things as the windows were blocked on the inside, and the light was showing through the cracks in the curtains and such things, and it looked eerie in this dark night. We both called Lao Xian up again, and the 3 of us took turns watching that house.